Oh wait, let me hide. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially live. You didn't even get to see this market? It hasn't started yet, so it's probably like best liquidity right now, right before the market goes live. Give me one sec. My mic's muted? Can you hear me? Oh, it's working? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live ahead of another historic Trump announcement. Today, Trump is swearing in the new head of DHS. As you guys should know, Kristi Noem was out a while ago. All right, Rigatoni, I saw your post. Here's what I'm on, guys. Once again, I'm showing my positions. Do not market buy or like try to blindly tail me. You can use my information to like help you, but don't market buy, get filled at terrible prices. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just, okay, that's why I'm cagey about showing positions, because I know there's a fraction of people that are just going to market buy shit to like insane prices to where doesn't even make sense to keep buying. So don't do that, but I'm going to talk through what I like in this. Okay, so probably my favorite thing I like the most that's steamed is deportation no. I have a decent position on that. Trump doesn't really like to say deportation a lot. He actually very, very rarely ever says deportation. The one trade-off is that this is a DHS event, so it's probably in the range of like maybe fair is where it is now at like 75.25. But I was able to buy in at about average of 60 cents. You could have gotten even cheaper if you were early to this. I think it was 50-50. So obviously, like topic-wise, vibes-wise, there's going to be a lot of chance for this to come, but wow, event is delayed. Is that on AP stream? Where are you seeing that? Is that what Fourth just said? Running late? Oh, I can't even hedge with like 2 cent. It does not qualifies. All right, I'll do a small tiny little hedge there. Okay, that's what Ford said. But yeah, so I like deportation no. Other things I like, transgender Y. Oh, that's from Fourth? Okay, I wasn't checking the. Okay, good. I have a little 2K. I can't believe this was bonded, by the way, like 70K for event to happen, which is just insane considering like, with these types of signings, like stuff can happen to where this be closed. But I guess given it's such a high profile thing like DHS, it's probably going to happen. I just am surprised someone was confident enough to bond 50K at 99 before White House stream was up or anything. All right, but it seems like it's delayed. The other ones I do like, I am on transgender Y at a price of about 40 cents. I get that this is like off topic somewhat, but he's just been spamming it. He's been spamming it lately like crazy. And my thoughts on the vibes of this speech is, I think we're going to get a lot of Q&A. I think in terms of what they can talk about right now, TSA obviously is going to be a big thing. They sent ICE, as you guys know, to like a lot of TSA stuff. So Save America Act is big. I mean, I think Trump just announced that he's willing to accept the funding bill that the Democrats kind of pushed, or I guess that was reported from The Hill, not Trump directly. But so, I just think with that, they're going to talk about components of Save America Act. It's so live to come up here. So I like it at 40. And then oil, I bought at 36. I definitely don't like this at 50-50. I could actually see myself selling out of it, but probably we'll get a lot of Iran questions. So I'll probably just hold for whatever my value is. Maybe I'll sell it in the 50s, but got a good price entry there. And then I have some other small ones like Mental Institution, Y at 30 cents. It's moved up to like 37, but it's a topic on DHS. They're probably going to talk about ICE, talk about border. He loves spamming mental institutions and that type of talking points. So I probably think there's value at 30. Maybe 40 is closer to fair for this. Gasoline, it's now up to 30. Again, would I buy it at 30? No, but I bought this in the low 20s. I just think there was value. When I looked at this earlier, it was like so many yes strikes were just super undervalued. I think people are looking at the fact that this is, bucket it in as like a 30-minute thing, which it probably will be, maybe no more than 30 minutes, but it's in the Oval. Trump's going to be in a good mood. You're going to get a lot of Q&A here. And then like tariff again, do I think he's going to say tariff? Absolutely not, but down to 12 cents. Like there's a world, you know what I mean? I don't know if 88 for no is really a good price to buy no, so I put a tiny bit on there at 12 cents. But yeah, like I said, biggest things I like probably here are just deport no and transgender Y, but the prices are kind of like the prices for deport is getting almost too expensive at 75. So National Guard at 21 cents. Yeah, I probably like that at 21 cents. So I would probably be on the Y side. Let me actually look at the data on that. I'm curious. Let's see, National Guard. Like he had the National Guard yesterday. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to like National Guard at 20 cents. Maybe I'll put a little sprinkle at 21. Probably won't get filled because I'm usually when I'm like doing stuff live like this, I can't really get fills. So, but probably National Guard fares like I'd say at least 25. I mean, just yesterday. Yeah, Foster, I bought some 2 cents event not qualifying. I think it tracks for it to. Thoughts on illegal aliens, the strike, not the humans. If I were to play illegal alien, I think 50-50 is a close to fair for this. I don't know what it is, but Trump really has been moving away from his using illegal alien. I mean, we saw yesterday. Who would have thought he wouldn't say illegal alien? People like Vance love to say illegal alien. You have a lot at 1 cent. Yeah, I remember Ark was talking about it. I mean, that would have been a good flip. There were like 70K at 1 cent earlier. I should have clicked that. But hey, I clicked at 2 cent. We'll take it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not playing illegal alien personally. At 50-50, I'd probably lean towards maybe no, but I don't have a strong feeling either way. I don't have good conviction on this. And I think 50-50 is pretty fair price for this actually. So I think it's a pretty efficient price. Zero illegal aliens across border stat. Yeah, I don't think SOTU is going to hit because SOTU gave a big bump to illegal alien because they had that talking point of, the Democrats didn't stand up for SOTU. Overloaded on nose. Yeah, why are you big on nose here? I guess it might not be bad, right? They just delayed this, so I think labs like nose are going to pump probably in the next like 30 minutes because as this continues to get delayed, I think there's going to be a lot of FUD about this not happening. I did hedge a little bit. I mean, I have nose on deportation. If you're big on that and you got in earlier today at a good price, I think that was a great buy. But to me, it just was like yeses were way too cheap for me to not end up taking yes strikes on a lot of these. I think a lot of people are going to over-index to the idea that this is a 30-minute thing. So they're like, this is going to be super quick. But this is 30 minutes, but it's Trump in the Oval with press, like Q&A. Like, this is going to be like a rambly Trump kind of just going off. It's kind of my read. But I think you might see nose pump based off of the fourth news about this getting delayed. We might be here for a while. Oh, my mic is a little loud? Oh, okay. Wait, let me turn my mic down more. I gotta figure out mic effects. This mic got super loud randomly like a few streams ago. I don't know what happened. Is mic audio okay here? Maybe I'm getting too close to it. All right. But yeah, guys, let me know if my mic starts sounding terrible. I don't know anything about... Yes, it's too loud? Okay, let me turn it down. Oh, it's better now because I moved it away? Oh, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, to me, like, this... I I mean, these events can be closed press. You always breathing in it? Yeah, dude, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, it started capturing my breathing a ton. I think I must have fiddled with it and like, wait up. You know what? Maybe the volume. How is this? Is this way better? Can you guys not catch my breathing as much now? Let's see. I'm gonna breathe really loud. Are you hearing my breathing? Is it nice? Is it like ASMR-esque? Nice. Welcome back to the PMT stream, guys. Welcome back to DHS swearing in PMT stream. Is that good, ASMR? All right. Oh, good. So you guys like ASMR. All right, I'll do some ASMR mention market streams. That'll be perfect. I don't know. They have settings on this thing, but I have no idea how to do it. Yeah, I should hear my voice more. Oh, you like the breathing? Makes it intense? Okay, good. All right, I'll breathe louder. How cool would it be to start an ASMR channel, by the way? You can just like literally just get a mic. Like this Yeti mic costs like $100 and people use this in ASMR videos. I watch ASMR, by the way. You know, I'm not afraid to say that. Some people might say it's cringe. I love going to sleep with ASMR. But like you can make a small YouTube account and just do ASMR videos. That's why I'm so good with my hands at, you know, making the ASMR stuff. Think of how much money you could make. All right, someone was asking about Kristi Noem. To be honest, I think this pricing is pretty fair for Kristi Noem. No, don't. You're gonna. Okay, that would be a good clip on ASMR farming. But look, I lean towards no for Kristi Noem, but this is such a difficult strike to price. I just don't think he's gonna wanna talk about it, but can make money on OnlyFans too. I know I got to do that, but he could talk about Kristi Noem, like in saying how great she was. I just don't think he's gonna want to do it. So it's also been a little bit of time. I don't know. I would lean towards no for Kristi Noem, but at these prices, I wouldn't buy it. I think it's priced efficiently. Like I think it's a fair price, 35, 65. Earlier today it was 50-50. I probably should have bought some no's, but I think it's pretty fair. This is one that you just have to have vibes or gut on of like where he's going to go. There's no data you can look at for this really of like if he's going to say Kristi or not. I just don't have a good enough. Prediction Labs is on Kristi Noem. Okay. All right. But he's on no everything, you know, so you got to take that into account. If you've been a nothing ever happens person lately, taking a ton of no's, you have not been doing well. I mean, I've been posting about this with Phantom on the Hive stream. We talked about how like yeses are becoming more fair priced, especially for Trump events, because, you know, Trump is almost yes biased now. But it's interesting because, you know, the longest time, like last year, I made almost no profit from yes shares. I was like flat and all my profit was from no's, but it's definitely becoming more balanced where it's like yes versus no. It's interesting to see. And I mean, you can tell like I've been on all these yeses lately. Like the last few Trump speeches, I feel like just some recreational guy having fun. I'm acting as a taker, so I'm taking a ton of these and I'm taking yes. I'm a little recreational user now. Such a little wreck. But nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Wow, look at that. National Guard steamed up to 30. That's what I was saying. I can't buy anything live. You guys were saying, why do I hide my order books live during events now? It's like now you know. I'm not saying I'm necessarily the whole person of that moved that, but probably had an impact. I don't know. So that's why I gotta hide my. I should do yes no ROI and non-bond ROI as well to see how big edges are when there's good yes no positions. Okay, maybe Foster, while I'm waiting for Trump to come out, I can look at the PP tools. It's kind of a cool data point to. Actually, I don't know how much I want to show my PP tools because there's a lot of markets that would. I'm not going to show my PP tools thing. You've been having no luck a lot lately. It depends. Like, where are you having luck on no's? Is that on non-Trump mentions? Because for non-Trump mentions, I still think there's a no bias for most things. But I just think Trump is the biggest volume on mentions, and Trump has lately been moving towards yeses more. But also, I've seen a lot of people still have a ton of success on no's. These tend to be shorter than expected. Shorter than expected, though. I feel like the market is pricing in like a 30-minute event here. Um, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'm an idiot buying all these yeses. Maybe I'll get. The only sad part about buying yeses is it's very risky because when you're on the no side, you obviously have like protection against things like rugs, where like speeches get canceled and go to close press. You have protection against like super short speeches. Like when you're heavy on yes, it's really easy to just take a huge loss if Trump just decides to, you know, like yap. Or sorry, the opposite. If he decides to just not. What's with the excursion pump? I don't really know. Is excursion still live? Like, has he been still hitting excursion? Kind of what I would wonder. Like, let's see. Did he hit it on like his Air Force One yesterday at all? Like, is it still an excursion when it's been like what 3 weeks into the war? Yeah, but the Trump sometimes yaps a lot. No holders lose. Yeah, I mean it ebbs and flows. You just gotta stay ahead of the curve. Ooh, that was such a good crack. All right, yeah, let me pull up PP Tools. I'm going to see if I can get any good data if I just look at mentions. Maybe that'd be a cool thing to look at. P&L charter. Shoot, I'm so scared to like. Let me hide. Wait up. Let me hide 2 of these things really quick, just in case. I don't want to pull up something that's going to show private info. Download. All right, now I'll pull them back up. All right, we're good. Let's see. Let me add another CSV. Imagine Trump rug pulls next SOTU. You know, believe it or not, there was actually a chance of a SOTU rug this year, State of the Union. If you guys didn't know, because of the shutdown, there was a risk he would not do State of the Union, but thankfully he confirmed he would still do it. That would have been devastating for the category. I remember I messaged Jake and I was like, you need to get ahead of this with rules, like in case there's a rug, just so like recreational people wouldn't, you know, get all upset like they did on Common A. That was very scary. All right, let me see. Let me filter this just for mentions. All right, let's see. SOTUs have only ever been delayed, not canceled, right? So market would have just stayed open. Yeah, but the SOTU that they marked had an end date that was like 1 day after State of the Union. So theoretically, they would have to go off of the date variable on the market and go no. But I doubt they would have done that ever. You know what I mean? They would not let that market rug, which makes sense. All right, here's an. Oh wait, actually, let me keep this over here. Let me add window capture, PP Tools. All right, I'm going to show Foster's tool here. Let's see. Okay. All right, this is Foster's PP Tools tool. Let's see here. I guess I have to make this like wider screen. Ooh, no, that's too wide. Blocking me out. But look at this. You can like plot your biggest wins and losses. This is Foster has a big PP. Yes, he does. So this is all my mentions profit. If we're just looking at mentions, it is crazy to look at the mentions graph. Like you could not get this type of graph with sports with, you know, the types of edges, I guess. Well, I guess you could. If I look at Kobe's graph, it's going to look like this, except 20x what I make. Oh, this is back in 2025. We had some big losses. You would know we've seen the pics. Yeah. The Kalshi lovers pics were oh, what do I type for Sotu, Foster? Do I type congressional or something? No. What do I type? What do I type? What is it? It was like address to Congress or something. State of the Union. No. I think it's like address. No, what is it? I know you sent it yesterday. Joint session. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, here we go. This is including State of the Union. So that's a good looking chart. But look at this. Pretty small amount of fees. Only 5K in fees for just mentions. Compared that to, I paid like over 25K in fees to other categories, but just shows you can be a maker. Pretty good mentions ROI. We'll take it. You know, I'm no Moonlight. All right, I'm no Moonlight. Don't get me wrong. I'm no Catboy. But I'm no Foster. But that's a pretty nice. Is that a juicy non-bond ROI? Yeah, better than yours. And then I don't have these 1% clicks like Foster does. What categories am I paying so much fees in? Mostly like sports and stuff like that. Because I'm just a dumb taker on sports, losing all this money. Yes, no breakdown. So here's the total yes, no breakdown. So this is what I was saying about no's historically having a big edge. You can see like I'm 2 to 1 on no's, but this was 0 last year. So that means like the profits moving dramatically towards yeses this year. It's still 50-50 or a little tilted towards no's, but most of what I've been doing on mentions too is Trump. So, but look at this. Top winners, you can see State of the Union was number 1. And then Mamdani is number 2. We had that one really good Mamdani day with, what was it, NYPD. And then some good NFL. And then NCAA mention. Oh, I guess that was when Trump did college football. Then you can see, I don't know, the way this stuff. Oh, Foster, this is literally on a strike basis, I think. Yeah, so this is Mamdani Snow. That's actually really cool. What is this C then for joint session? I don't know, AI. Oh, you can see this is what a catch. That's so funny because it starts with what. That's the Super Bowl for what a catch. Wow, I lost 1,500 on Cole. Link to PP Tools in the chat? Yeah. I mean, it's literally this. This is the link. pp.tools. That's all you enter into the thing. Is the new page up, Foster? Oh, is crypto my largest winner? This is crypto? That's so funny. I've made so much on crypto over time. Yeah. But yeah, the link is literally pp.tools. Foster sent it in the Twitter thing. But it is pretty cool to be able to like see your stats. All right, should I see how much in total I paid in fees? Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Look at that, juicy. We're keeping the lights on. Only 6 mil volume though. White House Live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the demo of PP Tools. Highly recommend using it. It's 100% free, made by Foster. Okay, White House is live. Let me pull up White House stream. Nope, not live yet. On there, I guess it's live. Yeah, I got the ping. It's live on YouTube. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Let me pull down all my bids. All right, I have no bids up. You made money last year, but no idea how to file. You should look into Section 1256 if you're in the U.S. That's the most tax advantaged way to file for Kalshi gains, if you can. It lets you file 60% long-term cap gains and 40% short-term. So you save a lot of money versus just treating it as ordinary income. Let me see. But I'm ready to get wrecked in taxes. I owe a lot of taxes. The government is going to kill me. All right, here we go. I think we're good. White House is up. Ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea, Llama. You know how they are with mentions. You know, they think we're all just degens and they can just make us up there with crypto and fees. No comment. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, here we go. I have no idea what you're talking about, Streamflow. I'm just going to tell my accountant that and send them the transactions. Yeah, make sure you tell your accountant that, because I doubt most accountants are going to know shit about Section 1256, and they're just going to try to classify your predicting income as if it's gambling income. How dare they? Yeah, you should tell them about Section 1256. I don't think they'll know about it, so it's a good thing to say so that they give you good treatment. There's like docs you can also send them so that they're not completely clueless on it. Here we go. It's close. All right, all my bids are pulled. These are my final holdings. Probably going to get rinse. Let's see. Am I going to get rinse being way too heavy? Oh, I didn't sell my nose in time, too, for the event does not qualify. Is it already bonded? Did I burn $2,000? Oh, it's bonded $100K. I burned all my money. $40 down the drain. Wasn't file an extension to pay 110% of what you did last year, and they cannot penalize you for what you need to pay in October. Yes, I'm going to do that but that's what I'm going to do for 2026. I still owe my 2025 taxes. But yeah, for those that are like making a ton of income that they weren't used to, you should do that. Yeah, I agree with Olarmp. Be careful downloading any extensions, guys. I mean, like, just vet it. Obviously, not all extensions are going to scam you, but just be careful, always be vigilant, always be on the prowl, especially if you guys don't come from like the RuneScape era of knowing how many scams are out there. Let's see if Trump rinses me and just does a little short thing. Hopefully he gets out there and yaps. I don't know. I hate always being so directional towards yeses because I'm so dependent on the yap. You never want to be that dependent. Why am I on transgender? Trump's kind of been spamming it lately. Just in relation to Save America Act, in relation to yada yada. Now, it's reported on the Hill that Trump's going to agree to pass the new funding bill from Democrats, and I think some of the parts of like Save Act or something might get moved in there. So I don't know, something like that. But yeah, he's just been spamming it. It's a tentative Save Act. Anytime I can get it sub 50 cents, and I think there's potential for Trump to talk, I'll probably do it. Yeah, Trump is late. Per usual, though, yesterday he was like 40 minutes late. I mean, what the hell? I had to sprint to get the stream up. I don't know why he went so early yesterday. It's crazy. All right, Trump. AP still isn't saying anything. Mental institution, has he said that? Yeah. Trump loves to say mental institution when he's talking about the border. You know, he say they were sending criminals, people from mental institutions, insane asylums. Like, it's very funny to me when like new mentions people get into it and they see all these strikes. They're like, transgender. Does Trump really say transgender? Or they see mental institution. Does he really say those things? And then you listen to Trump and he's like, he just goes out there. He's like, men playing in women's sports, transgender for everyone. Like, there was a time a year ago where tampon was a strike. I mean, I know this is stupid. This is stupid to like dumb stuff, but tampon was a strike because he would say tampon Tim during the 2024 election cycle, and like every speech for like 6 in a row, he'd come out and say, you know, tampon Tim, you know, and every time it would go off priced at like 20 cents to like 50 cents, and it was just he would spam it. So, you know, the guy's a little unhinged, but I love him, right? You know, you got to take it with the grain of salt with the guy. All right, Trump. You can't be this late, though. What do you guys think of the... we need to do a live bar meetup for one of these events? Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Have everything set up on screens, you know, like a Super Bowl watch party for a mention. No way. Yes wasn't at 70 to 80. Was it actually? Was it actually? Oh, yeah. It's just disgusting. Disgusting. And I got freaking nothing of it. But I don't know how much volume there really was. Like, let's see. Some guy clicked it up. Yeah, he clicked up $200 to 50 cents. So there never was that much volume. Like, when these things launch, there's, like, no volume and liquidity. So you could have gotten some, maybe, like, a few $100s. But it's not like I could have gotten, like, 5K. So that's the trade-off, man. It's, like, getting a good price, but also getting a good price for size is, like, a lot harder. You have a meeting in 25 minutes. Might have to leave your picks to fate. Look, it's how it is. It's how it is. Life gets in the way sometimes. That was me all last week where I had to socialize with my family. I was home on the West Coast. It was so much harder for me to be successful when I couldn't be on my computer for 12 hours a day. I had to like have dinner with people you know, like now I'm back on the East Coast. I'm locked in my room all day. I don't see sunlight, and it's all going great. It's all going great again, and I'm having a great time. You go a little crazy, maybe a little crazy, but you know, it's good for you. You put up 3 screens of Trump just talking. You just absorb it. No sunlight, only money. That's right, Toad. If you guys don't know Toad's song, by the way, in the chat, that is an OG mentions sharp. He is like one of the sharpest mentions traders on Kalshi. That guy is a savant. He's so sharp now that he doesn't even share alpha with me. He used to share some alpha with me. Now he keeps it all in because, you know, he can afford to take all the size. I'm kidding. I like oil for real. I mean, I liked it at 30. You know, he's gonna get a lot of Iran questions. There's gonna be Q&A. Like, I don't love it. Like, I'm not saying I think he's more likely than not to say it. But thoughts on illegal alien? I'm avoiding the strike. Free alpha, Ivan. My free alpha is that I'm on Y transgender, I guess. By the way, Ivan, you know, some things happened in that Mamdani stream that I don't know how proud I am of the mentions community for the risks that they put us in sometimes, you know? As long as nobody posts about anything on Twitter, everything's okay. But, you know, we got to keep everything in lock. Okay, everyone needs to be ostracized if any of that leaves, you know, chats. But, yeah, I don't have a position on illegal alien. So, I mean, Trump at 55 is actually kind of interesting. What the hell? Hasn't this guy kind of been spamming his own name? AP's been live. Oh, AP's like actually live in there? Wait up. What the hell is... Oh my gosh.
She's a good kid. She's a good one.
How is White House delayed, but AP's live?
Oh, look who we have. How are you? It's been a long time. Must be something big happening, huh? You all set?
I know, I was joking.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great day for me because I have a lot of confidence in this gentleman.
How is
and we're thrilled
White
to
House not
swear
live?
in our new Secretary of Homeland Security, a great American patriot, to put it mildly, Mark Wayne Bullen. And I want to just say, Mark Wayne, congratulations. Great. You deserve it. Thank you very much. Let me also thank
All right, AP
Secretary
is faster.
Mullen's beautiful family, including his wife, Christy. Thank you.
His wife's
sons,
name is
Jim
Christy?
and Jace.
Oh
and
my
Andrew,
God.
And daughters, Lara.
Wait, is it
Ivy,
different Christy,
Lynette,
though?
and
It's
other
probably
members of
spelled
the Mullen
differently, so
family.
it's not
a
going to go
beautiful
Y.
family. We
Oh
know
my
this
gosh,
guy. He's
nobody
a
mogged it, though. Because it wasn't...
big wrestling, top wrestling guy. I won't wrestle him
How is
for
his
anything.
wife spelled? Oh my
All
gosh.
American wrestler, huh? Good, you have good genetics in that family.
How is his
Proud
wife's
of
name
you.
spelled? How's his
Thanks
wife's
as
name
well
spelled?
to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Chairman Jason
Wait,
Smith,
McCollum?
Congressman Josh Gottheimer, former Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy,
Oh, it's Christy's... Okay,
and many other
got it.
friends that are gathered with us, which is great.
Wait, that's not going to
Good
go
group of
Y,
people. For
guys.
13 years, Mark Wayne has represented the
That's-
incredible state of Oklahoma.
Unless you actually
a state
think,
that I
like-
won 77 out of 77 counties 3 times in a row, so
Right.
they like me there. Second was Ronald.
That will
Ronald
not go Y, so
Reagan at
don't
56.
try
Did you
to,
know
like,
that? 56. That's not bad.
make it go Y. It's,
But
it's not.
77, it's
It's a homophone. or
77
whatever.
out of 77, I think, right? That's not bad. But he was there in Congress as a member of the House and then as an outstanding United States Senator, and he really has been outstanding. He's been a close and vital partner in helping us secure the border, stop migrant crime, and the scourge of illegal drugs, and make America safe again and make America great again. And he's a tremendous player. He worked with Tom Homan, worked with all of our people on the right, and many more. And everything he's done has been good. I say everything he touched, he's turned to gold. Now, you know, but even in business, he was
Did
successful.
anyone
in all
mog it, though? Did it get...
years.
Like,
He
oh,
was
it did
successful.
kinda
He said,
bump.
I want to go into politics. I hope you're happy. But as the only Native American, I didn't know that, huh? Let me look at you. Well, I think that's all right. He's got great quality, I can tell you. He's the only Native
Why did
American in the Senate.
Ron Bond...
How many have been there before you? Do you know? Native American? I think 3.
Wow,
Well,
he's at
you're
a
a
podium. He's
fantastic
not actually at
representative.
his
Mark
table.
Wayne is also
I thought he'd be at his table.
Been a fantastic advocate for our cherished tribal communities. He's now the first member of the Cherokee Nation ever to serve as a member of the cabinet. I didn't know all these things. I would have picked him faster if I had known. I would have made a quicker decision.
They might even say
Prior
that
to
he's
his career in
against
public service, Mark Wayne had a very
transgender.
successful career in business, leaving school at age 20 after his father got sick, taking over his family business and turning it into a multi-million-dollar success story. He's a very successful guy. Mark Wayne has also a career as an MMA fighter. That's why I looked at his ears and I said, I'm not going to fight with him. You
MMA
can tell a lot
fighter.
about a person by their ears, right? During which he went totally undefeated. He was undefeated during his career, and he's been inducted into the Oklahoma Wrestling Hall of Fame. And the family is made of fantastic wrestlers, especially that guy right there. That's my favorite guy, huh? And suffered bad injury and come back stronger
Sweaty
than ever,
hands,
I think.
sweaty palms already.
So good to have you, man, right? I have no doubt that as he takes the helm of DHS, Mark Wayne will fight for Homeland Security, the United States, and securing the country and making it really strong and the way it should be. Our country's come a long way in the last year. We set it up
It's come a long way. Is it a hot country now?
so beautifully, and then we had 4 years of horror. We had 4 years of disgusting horror, open borders, and things that nobody would even think
He
of.
could drop
Wouldn't even think of.
transgender here.
25 million people poured into our country, and we've gotten a lot of them out, but we have a lot more to go.
Come on.
11,888 murderers came into our country.
Talk about mental institutions. Let's go.
People came in
Is
from
this
all over the world,
mental-
from prisons and gangs, gang
mental
members,
institution?
drug dealers,
Mental institution? Oh, come on.
people
Prisons,
from
gangs?
mental institutions.
Oh,
insane
mental
asylums.
institutions.
Mental
I should have gotten more.
institution times 2.
All right, there we go. There
And,
we go.
What they allowed to happen to our country.
Damn, I
can
only
never
got
be allowed to
500
happen
at
again.
30.
And
I felt
with
so.
Mark Wayne, we have somebody that's
I should have gotten like
strong,
1K.
professional, and fair. As you know, the department that Mark Wayne takes over today is currently shut down by radical
Okay,
left
there it is.
Democrat thugs in Congress who have blocked all funding for DHS because they're trying to shield illegal alien criminals, gang members. They want to
Wow, illegal alien.
protect them from being taken out of the country. Drug dealers, murderers. They're protecting them all.
This could be
I don't
the
know how people can vote for these.
transgender angle.
You know, I see
Hopefully.
the midterms are close. I don't know what close means, but
Let's see.
I don't know how people can vote for them. You take a look. Men,
Oh, here it is.
they want men to be able to play in
Boom.
women's sports. They want transgender for everybody.
Let's go. This is the yes match for
Terrible,
Trump.
but
Let's.
that's the way it is. They don't want to
there
get
we
voter
go.
ID. They don't want voter ID for elections. They don't want proof of citizenship.
This
for
has to be
elections.
Save Act,
And then
right?
they get the vote.
This has to wait.
They do
is he gonna-
cheat, but I don't know. It's hard to
go
believe they
over
can
it?
cheat that much. Just in the past few days, we've seen the horrifying consequences
Wait,
of
I think White House might be
Democrats' deadly
faster.
open border extremism. They want
Oh yeah,
open
yeah, White
borders,
House
and they
faster.
want to open the borders again. Have their chance because they think they're going to get votes by doing that.
All right, I'm
On
putting
Thursday,
White House
a
back. Sorry, it's a little
precious
quieter, but
18-year-old college student
this is faster.
named Sheridan Gorman was shot and killed while she was walking in
let
a
me
park. She was
see.
just walking in the park, didn't do anything. The illegal alien monster charged with Sheridan's brutal
Wow,
murder
illegal
had
alien
come
is really hitting
illegally
here.
from Venezuela and been released into our country by sleepy Joe Biden.
Man, I
worst
should have gone
president in the history
freaking
of
mental
our country.
institution bigger. God
And
damn
I
it.
don't say that
That was
because
so
'cause I think he's
free.
fine. He's okay. I don't like him, dislike him. I talk about job performance. That's all I care about, job performance.
Job
Worst
performance?
President in history. And Obama wasn't far behind, by the way. But he was then arrested and released again by Democrat governor, a real slob of a governor, J.B. Pritzker, in the sanctuary city of Chicago, which we could make safe in 2 months, I would say. 2 months if we sent in the group, Tom, right? We could-
Oh, is this
2 months
National
would be
Guard
good.
potentially?
3 months, very good. 4 or 5 months, it would be great. But they would never call because they don't want to do that. All
Or
they have to do is
he
call
might
and
weave.
ask for a little help.
Let's
The
see.
Democrats in Congress do not care how much American blood they shed in their demented pursuit of open borders.
Okay, they
From
dodged it. He
Sheridan
weaved it.
Gorman to Jocelyn Ungary and Lake and Riley, their quest to flood our country with illegal aliens has left countless
he's
American
slamming
victims in its
illegal
wake.
aliens,
they never
by the way.
change, do they? They see what's happening. They never change. That's what they want. They want to get the votes. With sanctuary and
Wow.
sanctuary cities going
Phantom,
to levels that they are.
if you're
we've
in
ended
this,
a lot.
he
We've
still
done a
dodged
lot.
Save America Act, but hit
But,
transgender.
for
This is
some reason, they love
wild.
it. It's a sanctuary. You know, sanctuary cities are sanctuary for. It's really a sanctuary for criminals. With Secretary Mullen at DHS, we will continue our record-setting efforts to
Oh,
deport
it's-
these illegal
oh,
alien
deport.
criminals
There
from
it
our
is.
country, and
Wow.
we are doing at record
I'm sorry.
levels
I'm
despite
sorry, Phantom.
a very unfair court system, a radicalized left court system,
I also was on deport. No, God
and
dang.
others that I'm not too fond of also.
Man,
And we'll protect innocent Americans.
it was written
lives, every
in. I'm
single
sorry. I'm sorry. It was value.
illegal migrant who
It was value. I'm sorry, Phantom.
is
It
a
was
criminal
value.
record
I was on it
must
too.
be deported immediately. If they have a criminal record, you got to deport them. And there's a lot that came in under Biden. And Kamala, the great border czar, Kamala, who never went to the border, never called Border Patrol, never once called Border Patrol. Can you imagine that,
Dang,
Jim?
we couldn't hold on that.
She's the
I was
border
pretty
czar.
big
She
on
never
deport.
called
No.
Border Patrol. Explain that to me. He's the worst. She was as bad as he was. Going to give him IQ tests next week. Under the Trump administration,
Oh, there's
we've
Trump.
achieved
just
unprecedented
bought
gains on public safety.
Trump.
Yesterday, we
Didn't
were in
expect
Memphis,
this to be
Tennessee,
this
to
freaking.
celebrate the steepest reduction in crime ever recorded. We've been there for about 5 months, and the numbers, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And thanks to our Memphis Safe
is-
Task, it's called Safe Task Force,
Is this going to be National Guard?
alongside our efforts in Washington, D.C., and what we've
This
done
might
in
be.
Washington is amazing. We have Washington as a safe city now. It's been amazing. It's been, if you go back a year and a half, 2 years ago, Washington was one of the most unsafe cities anywhere in the world, let alone this country. and now we have a very safe city. And what they've done with all of the people working, many of the people standing
Wow.
right there, has been incredible.
National Guard went up
And
to
now
like
we're gonna
90.
see all of our cities take a big step
Crazy.
because of Mark Wayne. In 1 year, my administration, we've created the most secure border in the United States history and the largest drop in illegal immigration ever recorded, slashed the illegal fentanyl crossings on our border by 64%, and accomplished the largest decline in the murder rate in the history of our country, bringing it down to 1,900. That's before my father was born. My father was born a little bit after that. He wouldn't be
He's talking about
happy
his father.
mentioning this because he never liked talking
D-
about age, but he lived to be a ripe old age. But that's before my father was born. Think of it, 1,900. We have a record, 1,900. Murders last year were at the lowest level in 125 years, and we're making America safe again. We're doing it at levels that everything we're doing, we're making great. The border is great. The military is great. We're having, by the way, a tremendous
Oh, people are buying.
success, as you know, in Iran.
There's
We
Iran.
had one in Venezuela, and now we're having one in Iran.
Talk about
They
oil
have
on
no
Venezuela.
Navy
maybe.
left. They
Could
have
be-
no Air Force left. They have no anti-aircraft equipment left.
Let's get
no
oil
radar
home.
left. No leaders left. The leaders are all gone. Nobody knows who to talk to. But we're actually talking to the right people, and they want to make a deal so badly.
No one
You
knows
know
who to talk to,
yeah,
but we're talking
badly
to the
they
right
wanna make
people.
a deal,
Because he didn't say Christie.
and we'll see what happens. I want to thank Pete Hegseth. The job you're doing over there is really incredible. You and the general and all of the other generals and colonels and captains and majors and everybody else, right? It's a perfect, amazing thing. We make the best military equipment in the world. Now we're going to make it faster. We want to get it faster, but we make the best in the world. We're doing a job. So I'd like to ask Attorney General Bondi to come and do the honors of swearing in a man who's going to do a phenomenal job for our country. And I tell you, your family has to be very proud. You have to be very proud. Everybody wanted this job. I said, there's one man for this job, and I have no doubt he's going to be fantastic. Thank you, Pam. Come on over. Thank you.
All right, Pam. She's going to swear him in. Is there going to be Q&A? This is the big question. This is what people are wondering. People, I mean, it seems people are pretty confident it's going to be Q&A.
And defend the Constitution of the United States.
No, he did not introduce Christy Rapper. That's a different Christy.
Against
That's
all
the
enemies,
strike was for
foreign and
Christy
domestic.
Nome. It's a different Christy. It's spelled differently.
And that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
And I'll bear true faith to allegiance and do the same.
And that I take this obligation freely,
Take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of
or
evasion.
purpose of evasion.
And that I will well
Rapper,
and
he did not
faithfully
say Christy Nome. It's a different
discharge
strike.
the
The strike
duties
was
of the
Christy
office
Nome, Kristi. He said Christy,
which
the
I am
wife of
about
Mark
to
A.
enter.
Mullen. It's spelled differently.
So
It's a
help me
homonym.
God.
You, those,
Congratulations, Secretary.
like, he has to say,
Mark Wayne, want to say a few words?
all right, Mark Wayne's going to talk. Let's see
Thank
how
you. I
cheap
think that's
stuff
the most
gets
nervous I've
as we
ever
get
been.
close to Q&A.
I don't, it just seems surreal being in the Oval Office and having the President of the United States speak so highly of me and then recognize my family and know my family by name. It's humbling, and I
Because
never
I have
take it
ball
for
knowledge,
granted, but
Owen.
I've made this very clear that I don't care what color your state is. I don't care if you're red.
Okay,
or
yeah, he
blue.
is rage baiting.
At the
I'm
end
not
of the
I'm not going
day,
to fall for the
my
rage
job
bait.
is to be Secretary of Homeland and to protect everybody the same, and we will do that. I'll fight every single day. Today, I got the privilege of meeting so many of the employees at DHS. These employees have been there for 30 days.
All right, let's
without
see.
pay. And if you need anything to know their dedication,
How
to show
cheap
up
is
and still
everything gonna
protect the
get?
homeland that you and I enjoy and the freedoms that we're experiencing, they're working with for free because of political politics. That's all I need to know. I told them, as you're fighting 365 days, understand I'll be fighting 365 days beside you.
Well, that's
No
the
one's gonna outwork
question,
me.
if it's going to be Q&A or
And
not.
I'm not going to let any of them outwork me.
Even if he does Q&A, there's probably going to be a lot of
President trust me with this, and
other people
failure is not an option.
answering the
So,
questions, right?
Thank you so much, Mr.
Like he's
President,
going
for
to
this
probably
opportunity.
hand some off to the
Um,
DHS
I
person.
won't let you down.
Thank you very much. I love that expression. No one's going to outwork me. That's a wrestler's expression, isn't it? Huh? That's a good wrestler's expression. Yes, please.
All right,
Will
questions.
The Secretary's replacement in the Senate support the SAVE Act and the use
Oh, Save Act is coming right here.
talking filibuster to get it through?
Well, it's not the SAVE Act. It's not called this. It's called the Save America Act. There's a big
Save
difference, 'cause the
America
Save Act,
Act.
nobody knows what that means. Save America means Save America. And all
right, Rapper, you're rage
but I
baiting.
would imagine
Please.
that Mark Wayne. I didn't even ask him the question because who wouldn't support it? Voter ID with a picture. You want citizenship, proof of citizenship. Ideally, you want to end
Here's
mail-in
transgender
ballots
again.
because there's
Oh, no,
tremendous
mail-in ballot.
corruption. Then we added a couple of things, Mark Wayne, like I don't think being a great athlete and having a family of great athletes, they have produced great athletes in this family, all-American wrestlers. They especially like wrestling, by the way. And what about baseball? Do you play baseball? Anything?
Wow.
They like wrestling. But I don't think that you would say that his family, and I don't know this for a fact, and I shouldn't say it because I could get myself. Does anybody in your family want men to play in women's sports? I don't think so, Jim, right? I don't think so. I don't think. How would they do? Would they do good wrestling you? They would be in trouble? He said, yes, they'd be in big trouble. It's so crazy. So that would be one. And then we have a few others that we call them the best of Trump. But if you look at transgender mutilization of children, we don't want that. It's the mutilization of children. We don't want that. So generally speaking, I think I
Let's see.
can answer that Mark Wayne would be very much in favor of what I'm in favor of. Would you say that's right, Mark? I can't think of
Batty
someone
on the
that-
camera? I
He
wasn't even.
might be worse. He might be worse than me. That's my look at his wife is saying. That's right. But so yeah, he's going to be great. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I believe the Secretary will run DHS any differently than Kristi Noem did. What do you hope to see as his priorities?
Well, we had a good run. Look, we created the strongest border with the
Is he
help of
going to
that man
name
right there.
Christie here? She's still so cheap. I could have clicked
Tom
some.
is so incredible. And he's going to be a big influence.
I'm gonna be
here,
sad
too.
if he
There's
hits
nobody
Christie.
More professional, nobody better. There's nobody better as a human being. You know, he looks tough, but he's got a good heart.
Wow, people
not too
still
good.
don't
Don't make
think
it too
he's going to
good.
name her here.
But you know, we had Tom. We have the safest border we've ever had. We have a lot of assets, but a lot of things we can do, and we're going to do. We have to get criminals out of our country
Wow, he's still going to weave her. It seems like.
that were allowed in by Biden. Yeah, please.
Wow.
Do you support
Weaves her.
what appears to be emerging agreement coming out of the Senate to reopen DHS?
Well, I'm going to look at it, and we're going to take a good hard look at it. I want to support Republicans, and you know, sometimes it's awfully hard to get votes when you have Democrats that don't want to have voter ID. They don't want to have proof of citizenship. They don't want to do anything about men playing in women's sports. That's one of the items we put on. You know. And I did that just because it's so popular. You know, they say that's at least an 80-20 issue. No, it's about a 99-1. I don't think it's, what do you think? But do you think it's 80-20? Who's closer, 80-20 or 99-1? Almost 100. Yeah, I think 100 is really the, so, you know, so I support that, and I support common sense.
Would you be comfortable with a deal that involves separating ICE funding from the DHS funding package in order to reopen?
Well, they're working on all
I
of
know.
that. You know, that's a detail that they'll explain later. Please.
Election integrity and DHS measures. Mr. President, since CISA falls
A lot
under
of DHS
and
questions.
given that many credible voices have raised concerns over its premature and possibly likely faulty 2020 election assessment, will you and Secretary Mullen implement reforms at CISA and at DHS to ensure full confidence in future elections, like in the upcoming?
About it. We'll talk about it. You know, pros and cons. Look, they used it to try and put me in prison, right? So I can't be thrilled with it. They use that very strongly, very illegally. The Democrats are thugs, and I don't want to say that. It would be nice to everyone get along, but it's a different country than it was years ago. It was very dangerous the way they used it, and they weaponized government. They used that to weaponize government. So I'm not thrilled, but I'll also go along with two groups of people, the military, and I think the military likes it, right? And I'll go along with the senators. I'm fine. But I was a big victim of it. Yeah, please.
Are you going to send Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff to do direct negotiations with the Iranians?
Oh,
Well,
negotiation.
we're in negotiations.
There it
as
is.
turned
Ah,
out.
I tried to buy
Now you've
cheap
seen
negotiation. I'm
What
terrible.
I said yesterday was exactly correct. We're in negotiations right now. They're doing it along with Marco, JD. We have a number of people doing it, and the other side, I can tell you, they'd like to make a deal. And who wouldn't if you were there? Look, their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their communications are gone. That's the biggest problem. It's very hard to communicate them between themselves. All of the anti-aircraft is gone. Most of their missiles are gone. We either shot them or they shot them.
Let's get some obliterate.
Don't have them anymore. They're down to a trickle. They're pretty much everything they have is gone. I don't know. Can you name one thing that's not gone, or can you name one thing that's doing well? You know, if you read the papers, you think we're tied. You think we're in a tough battle. We are roaming free over Tehran, the city, Tehran, as opposed to Iran. We're roaming free. We can do whatever we want. And
Talk about how
as
you
know,
obliterated.
today, we were going to have the privilege of shooting down a very big electric generation plant, one of the biggest in the world. And one shot to the right location ends the plant, it collapses. And we held off based on the fact that we're negotiating. Yeah.
What was the turning point to make you want to pursue a ceasefire? A few days ago, you said you wanted to continue bombing Iran. Now you want to pursue peace talks. Was there something
The
that
fact
happened?
that they're talking to us and they're talking sense. And
They're talking
remember, it all
sense.
starts with they cannot have a nuclear weapon. Just, I
You
said yesterday,
obliterated
they said, what
their
are the top
nuclear
10? I said,
facilities,
well,
Trump. Come on.
Number 1, 2, and 3 is they can't have a nuclear weapon. And they're not going to have a nuclear
Surprised
weapon.
there's no
We're talking
nuclear
about
strike
that.
for this, by the way.
I don't want to say in advance, but they've agreed they will never have a nuclear weapon. They've agreed to that.
How do you ensure
Greg
they won't have a
Bovino,
nuclear
your
weapon?
former Border Patrol chief, Greg Bovino, said his only regret is that he didn't catch more illegal aliens. What's your reaction to that?
Who said that?
That's your former Border Patrol chief. He just retired.
Well, I mean, we captured a lot. They were allowed into the country by
All right, here we got Chat in here. Someone was asking why Chat's
Joe
not
and
there.
that group of incompetent people that were, he was
I'm
worst
pulling it
president
in.
ever, the group of incompetent people. To me, that's the biggest scar. Inflation, they caused the highest inflation we've ever had. We've already gotten rid of it.
Highest
the biggest scar
inflation?
is what they did, the people that they
Wow.
from prisons all over the world. They came from the Congo, from all over South America. Rough people, really tough people. So, no, I understand what he means. He says, he would have liked to have captured more. I'm not capturing so much as removing. We're removing thousands of people, and many are self-deporting because we're going after them so powerfully that they're self-deporting. Tom, going back, I think that's one of the big unkept secrets. We have thousands and thousands of people, and they're self-deporting. They're going back to where they came from. But what we want really is the criminals. We're really focused on those criminals getting.
He's got to get more Iran questions. I mean,
Message right now from a Democrat, and also to Americans that are stuck in airports. It's really devastating watching it online because Democrats won't fund DHS.
What's
the
devastating?
message to Americans right now stuck in airports as we speak because Democrats won't
Well,
fund
they just
DHS?
don't. They won't look. This is a deal that was done in the Great Big Beautiful Deal, which gave you the biggest tax cuts ever, including no tax on tips and no tax on Social Security for the seniors. Think of it. No tax on overtime. Tax deductions when you buy a car. You take money, pay interest on the money, you deduct it. We've never had that for people buying cars. If it's an American car, only if it's an American
let's
car.
get some Iran questions
But
back.
they are just they stick together, the Democrats. I tell you, I give them great credit for that. We have some that they're not good stickers. We have guys like Tom Massey in Congress, who's terrible. He's just
This guy hates
terrible,
Tom
terrible
Massey,
person.
by the way.
I call him Rand Paul Jr. But they don't vote. Rand Paul, rarely votes for stuff. Likes me, says I'm a great president. He said the other day, I'm a great president, one of the greatest presidents. But I said, do me a favor, vote for us and don't call me a great. I'd rather have the vote than the statement. But we have
National
people
Guard's
that
kind of dead
don't stick together, and
as a
those
strike.
people hopefully
He's just going to
will
get questions on like
someday
DHS
be
and
gone.
Iran.
The thing I most respect about the
I think.
Democrats, even on horrible policy, they stick together. What they do have, though, is horrible policy. Transgender for everyone,
Man,
open borders,
this guy
men and
spams
women's
it.
sports. They have the worst policy
Spamming it.
that you can imagine. And so whether they stick together or not,
I should have
they
gone
have
even
just this
way
terrible
bigger.
policy.
I mean,
We have great
I'm
policy.
crazy.
Republicans have great policy. We have common sense policy, but it's great policy. That's our biggest advantage, is our policy is correct. Yeah, please.
President, are you encouraging our allies in the Gulf to be more involved in the Iran operation?
Say it.
Are you encouraging our allies in the Gulf to be more involved in the Iran
Potential
Yeah, I mean,
Israel question?
A little bit, but more
Maybe?
more NATO. I think our Gulf allies
Could
have been
Israel come in?
pretty good, to be honest.
Let's get
Pretty good.
Israel here.
UAE's been hit so hard. He got hit by
Let's go Israel, Trump.
1,400 rockets, shot them all out of the air with our great Patriot missiles. Think of it, they shot 100 missiles at one of our aircraft carriers, the Abraham Lincoln, one of the biggest ships in the world, actually. And out of 101 missiles shot, every single one of them was knocked down in the sea. Think of that. Think of what that means. 101 missiles, highly sophisticated, very fast missiles shot. Out of 101, all 101 were shot down, and now, for the most part, lie at the bottom of the sea. Pretty amazing, right? Pretty amazing. Our military is amazing, Pete. You know the attack I'm talking about recently? 101 shot. I said, wow. I saw that. You can see we have sort of pretty good equipment.
It's kind of moving off of it.
See, it's called the red line. Those red lines were thick, right? I said, that's a lot. And then we saw them one by one just get shot. And these guys that do the shooting are the coolest cucumbers ever, you know? Most
Cucumber?
people- you don't have a lot of
Cucumber hit.
time. When a missile's going at 2,500 miles an hour, I don't care how far away it is, you don't have a lot of time. But I watched them sit down and think. Great students, MITs, a lot of MITs, a lot of guys like
MITs.
this, and not as much into the muscle as they are this one right here. And amazing to watch them perform under great pressure, because they have a matter of seconds to do it. If they don't do it properly, it's a big problem, you know, because these were very powerful missiles coming. And so a lot of people
Wow.
joke.
When he talks about Gulf
They don't
states, he
joke. These
loops
guys
in
don't
Israel a
joke.
lot.
They're
I
the
guess
best
he's
in the
weaving
world.
it
They're
here.
the best in the world, yeah.
Mr. President,
Dang.
what would be your message today to the TSA agents who've
Going
been
back to
staying
the TSA
home
question.
in recent days amid this impasse?
Well, some of them are needing money, you know, because the Democrats cut off their money. I blame the Democrats more than anything else. But some of them, you know, they didn't get paid because they're not funded by the Democrats. This is a Democrat problem. In fact, I actually said to the Senate, why would you say this is a Democrat problem? I think the polls are showing it's a Democrat problem. And they'll do anything actually to hurt our country so they can try and win the midterms. And if we ever went back to our old policies, we wouldn't have a country left.
We'd be a dead country.
Get a deal, Republicans and Democrats in the Senate, to fund all but enforcement operations of ICE, to get those TSA agents repaid and to open up the rest of the department. Would you sign that?
Well, I don't want to comment until I see the deal, but as you know, they're negotiating a deal. I guess they're getting fairly close, but I think any deal they make, I'm pretty much not happy with it. These guys came in, they wouldn't pay people. You know, they had a deal to pay. They had to break their deal. The Democrats broke the deal that we had. It was all done. Everything was fine. And then they just said, well, we're not going to pay anymore. And they hurt our country. And at a very difficult time because, you know, we are at, as they would say, a war. They call it a war. I call it a military operation. A very successful one.
Oh, could he drop
successful
excursion
like nobody's
here?
ever seen before. Hey, Venezuela was
Almost
equally as successful. That was a great
Man, he keeps talking about Venezuela.
thing. No, the Democrats had a deal. It was a done deal. And then they said, well, we're not going to pay. And
This guy's weaved oil
so
like
a
crazy.
lot of people suffered over that and put our country in danger. You have another
Really
question? You
felt
haven't
like-
been here in a while.
Well, Ron, can you give us any more sense of who exactly in Iran it is, either Witkoff,
Well, you know,
Kushner, and others
look-
you're speaking with?
Yeah, we had, I hate to say this in front of these young people. They're not children. I spoke to most of them. They sound like adults to me, even though they are sort of children, right? They'll always be your children. But I hate to say it, but we killed all their leadership. And then they met to choose new leaders, and we killed all of them. And now we have a new group, and we can easily do that, but let's see how they turn out. We have really regime change. You know, this is
Regime
a change in the regime because the leaders are all very different than the ones that we started off with that created all those problems. So this was, I think we can say, Jason, this is regime change, right?
Regime.
I don't trust anybody. I don't trust you. I mean, that's only because I know you. But if I didn't know you, I'd probably have more trust. But I don't trust anyone. Why do you
I don't
say
trust
that-
anyone.
Why
Trump.
do you say what makes you trust? Do you think I trust them? I don't trust them
Then why bother talking to them?
because they're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal. They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. It was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant
I wonder how much life he has left.
prize. And they gave it to us, and they said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people. No, it wasn't nuclear related. It was oil and gas related.
Oil. There's
And
oil.
it was a
Oh,
very
I
big thing
sold
they
out of my
did, but
oil.
what it
Damn.
showed
And
was that we're
gas.
dealing with the
I
right
had
people.
both of them,
Because,
and I
you know,
sold
not
out.
just-
He just hit
The
oil
leadership
and
was killed,
gas.
all
God
gone.
dang.
Khomeini, all gone, as the expression
Oh my
goes.
gosh, he hits them
passed the
both
Supreme Leader.
right in this. Why did I sell,
And then the
dude?
new Supreme Leader was
Oh, I had
racked up, at a
both.
minimum,
I had
racked
like
up pretty good.
500 of each,
And everyone
or
else
I had
was
like
gone.
800 oil, like 700, and I
many
was
of the people
trimming
in the
down
third
because I
tier
thought
are
he was
gone.
wrapping.
But we're dealing
Or
with
like
a group
getting-
of people that I think turn out. And,
He's gonna
and
hit
the-
Israel here too.
The
I bet.
present,
and
the
just
gift they made to us was very significant. And
make me have
they
so
said
much
they were gonna do
FOMO.
it, and it happened.
But
And they're the only ones that could have done it. Jennifer?
Related to the Strait of Hormuz and the flow
wow.
of.
Yeah, it was related to the flow and to the strait. Yeah, it was.
Negotiating on who's going to control the strait from now on?
No, we'll have control of anything we want. Look, if we can end this without more lives being down, without knocking out $10 billion electric plants that are brand new and the apple of their eye, I'd like to be able to do that, you know? But they can't have certain things. I mean,
I'm
you know
doing
the
fine,
things. I don't have to
Varun.
go over the list, but
I just
again, it starts with no nuclear weapons, and they've agreed to that. There won't be any
I
nuclear
would have made
weapons. They're not
way
gonna have
more
them.
had I
They're
not
gonna have
sold.
enrichment.
I'd be up so
any
much,
of those
but I
things, but-
sold.
Look, I hate to say that we're in a very good bargaining position, and I hate to say that they're defenseless because, you know, until that last missile is fired, they have little power. But we are in about the best bargaining position. We're way ahead of schedule. And again, they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no missile protection, and most of their missiles are gone. Most of their launches we've killed. You know, we've killed about 82% of their launches. So even if they had a missile, they can't launch it. We've been very effective. We have the greatest military in the world.
We
Nobody
have the
even comes close.
greatest.
We have the best military equipment in the world. Go ahead.
On Saudi Arabia, there's been some reporting that you've been talking to the
Greatest
Congress.
military in the
Have
world.
you been focused on normalization between Saudi Arabia and Israel?
Well, no, we have a great relationship with Saudi Arabia. What do you hear with Saudi Arabia?
Just hearing that you've been talking and that he has been encouraging you to do certain things related to Iran. Can you share?
Well,
with
he's a
me?
warrior. He does. Yeah, he's a warrior. He's fighting with us, by the way. Saudi Arabia has been excellent. And,
Oh, is he gonna hit Israel here?
UAE, excellent.
Oh
And
shit, he
I will
is.
tell you, Qatar, incredible. Qatar took a
Oh,
hit.
this is gonna be
Took a
Israel, and
hit.
I sold
Qatar's very
Israel, dude.
close
I would
to
be
it,
up so
essentially.
much money if I didn't just
Could
dump
walk
like
right
an
over the
idiot.
border. Qatar took a hit. They've been great. They've been very strong. Kuwait,
Oh
a
god.
little mishap. They shot down 3 planes with our missiles. They happen to be our
Don't
planes.
do it. I'm gonna have so
The
much
pilots made
FOMO.
it. Can you imagine the pilots making it? The pilots saw what was coming. And they said, those are patriots. We're not going to escape patriots. And they got out of there pretty quick, Pete, right? Pretty amazing that they got out.
He
The 3
might
pilots
cut it
lived. They're
here.
fine. In fact, they're flying today.
I did, Varun, because I could sell
Yeah.
for like a
Kuwait.
small profit, and I thought there's a
They
chance
fired.
this
They thought they
wraps
were
soon.
firing at
I sold like
the enemy.
majority of my stuff.
was, as the expression goes, friendly fire. But the pilots are great. They're flying today.
I'm very stupid.
Pretty amazing when you think of it. Yeah.
President Trump, on a human level, how hopeful are you that this peace deal will work out? Like as a human,
On what?
As a
on
human?
level, not as the president of the United States. How,
What does
how
that
hopeful
mean?
are you that this peace deal will work out with Iran?
You're talking about to end it? Well, I think we're going to end it. I can't tell you for sure. You know,
Yeah, that
I
was a
don't like
big
to say this.
dodge.
We've won this war has been won. The only one that likes to keep it going is the fake news. I mean, the New York
Fake
Times. You read the
news.
New York Times, it's like
Wasn't a strike.
we're
Would have
not
been a
winning
good strike.
a war where they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no nothing. And we literally have planes flying over Tehran and other parts of their country. They can't do a thing about it. For instance, if I want to take down that power plant, that very big, powerful power plant, they can't do a thing about it. It's like, take me. That's all they can do.
Take me.
And yet, if you read the New York Times or if you watch ABC fake news or NBC fake news, you'd say it's a close battle. It's not a close battle. They're totally defeated. You know, we killed their Navy in, would you say 3 days, Pete? Gone. In fact, I was a little upset with Pete. I said, why didn't you save the ships? We could have used them, right? He said, it's more fun shooting them down. But the Navy was wiped out in a very rapid order. Pretty impressive for you guys, you champion wrestlers, right? When you hear this stuff. But you don't, if you read the news, you don't hear this. You know, you read like, oh, they're doing wonderfully. They're doing terribly. They're wiped out militarily. They are dead. Yeah.
Is there a new sense of a timeline
Oh,
to
Ukraine.
get something done before the midterms?
Well,
so
we'd like to see President Putin and President Zelensky sit down and make a deal. I think they're getting close, but I've
Wow.
been saying that for a while. I've settled 8 wars. All of them
8
should have been more
wars.
difficult than this one. This should have been the
I'm just
easiest
sad. I
one.
was so right on this
But
being a
these are two
yes
people that
fest when
truly
everything
hate
was
each
so
other.
cheap. And I just
You'll
sold
find
out
out
of
that
so
hatred
much. I'm not even up
It's
that
not good
much.
for making deals. These
Oh, I should be up like
They don't like each other.
at least
Yeah.
2K.
You said there's a bunch of people from the
so
administration who are
stupid.
negotiating with Iran. There's been reports
Let's see.
that the vice president is leading those negotiations. Is that
Oh,
true?
JD Vance mentioned.
He's involved in them. JD is involved, and
Yep, there it
Marco's
is.
involved, and Jared Kushner's involved, very smart guy, and Steve Witkoff, smart guy, is involved, and I'm involved. I'm involved. Why? Well, I'm going to be so big. Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I'm
the
so
President
disgusted at
of the
myself.
United States, Tom, and I'm not going to talk about it. It's beneath me to talk about saving millions of lives, because that's what you're talking about. You're talking about saving millions of lives. If Iran had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it. And if I didn't end the horrible Barack Hussein Obama Iran nuclear deal in my first administration, they would have had a nuclear weapon 3 or 4 years ago. They would have used it. I would have never gotten the chance probably to be president. Who knows if what it would have been so devastating. And if we didn't send those
Oh,
beautiful B-2 bombers, they took them off my desk.
obliterate here?
Right there. I don't know why, but if we didn't have those beautiful, the B-2 hit, which was so
Is this
we
obliterate?
obliterated, just
There it
like
is.
CNN.
Okay, I
CNN
clicked
said,
some
well,
obliterate right there.
Maybe the word obliteration.
I had
said,
so
no,
many
we
though. I would be up like
obliterated
4K
it.
if I just held all my
Obliterated
yes shares.
their nuclear potential.
God, I'm
You would have had them
disgusting.
having
What is wrong
2
with
weeks
me?
after that attack. Had we not made the attack,
I had
they
so
would have had
many. Oh my
a
God,
nuclear
dude,
weapon.
I
They
should
would
be
have
up so
absolutely used-
much.
and they would have
I'm
used it on
so
the entire Middle East, including
disgusted.
Israel.
Israel.
You know why you
Oh
see
my
that?
God,
Because
I would be up so much money. What am I
Unexpectedly,
doing?
when this war broke out, unexpectedly, they started sending missiles to
I had like
UAE,
1K yes on all of these.
Qatar,
Why the hell did I
Saudi
sell these?
Arabia,
Why do I even care? I'd lose a
Kuwait,
few $100.
Bahrain,
I was just.
and
I should
elsewhere.
have made like 5K on this.
And nobody thought they were going to. Were you
God
equally
damn,
surprised
dude,
by
I'm
that?
terrible. Why did I even sell? Why do I care if I lose like $200? Who cares?
Pete, do you want to give about a 3-minute
damn. So
statement on
bad.
how we're doing in this, as I call it, military operation? People don't like me using the word war, but so I won't. But
Oh.
the Democrats call it a war. How about a little statement? I think he's done a very good job. Do we agree he's done a good job, Mark Webb?
Man,
Can we
I'm
take some
so
of your
disgusted.
time?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. You're spot
Like for
on.
context, I had
Never in
bought
history
600
has a
Israel
modern
at 20
military-
cents.
Iran had a modern
I
military,
had
a modern navy, a modern air force, a modern
900
defenses,
oil at
leadership,
36 cents. I
massive
sold
wealth.
out.
Never has a modern
So that would have been
military been so rapidly
1,500.
and historically
And then I had,
defeated from day one with overwhelming firepower.
you know,
The air
500
campaign that we've
obliterate.
conducted, that Israel's conducted alongside us was one for the history books.
I had
And it's because we have a president of the United
700
States that when he
gas.
sends
That's
his war fighters
2,200.
out to fight,
Oh my
unties
gosh.
their hands to actually go
I'm
out
just
and close with
depressed.
and destroy the enemy as viciously as possible from moment one. And that's why we see ourselves
I
as
just
part
would
of
have
this
been up, like,
negotiation as well. we negotiate
Probably
with
close to
bombs.
3K.
You have a choice
I'm an idiot.
as we loiter over the top of Tehran, as the president talked about your future. The president has made it clear that you will not have a nuclear weapon. The War Department agrees. Our job is to ensure that. And so we're keeping our hand on that throttle as long as hard as is necessary to ensure the interests of the United States of America are achieved on that
Where's
battlefield. This is not Iraq and Afghanistan.
Prediction Labs?
This is not a
who is
president
call-
who's
who is,
interested in
thinking
vague
it'd be a
end states. He's been
no
very
sweep.
clear with us about what we need to accomplish.
I'm just
creating
kidding. I'm
the
not-
conditions
look,
for them never to have a nuclear
everyone's
capability,
right and wrong
and that's
in
exactly
these.
what we're doing in historic fashion. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know, the only two people that were quite disappointed, I don't want to say this, but I have to. I said, Pete and General Raisin Kane, I think this thing's going to be settled very soon. Here they go. Oh, that's too bad.
What?
Pete didn't want it to be settled. It's
That's a little weird of a comment.
These guys are doing a great job. That's a good attitude, though.
You don't
Tom,
want
right?
the war to be
They
settled?
were
What?
not interested in settlement. They were interested in just winning this thing. Yeah, please.
Can you, just taking things locally, hopefully not doing international affairs for a second, do you support the construction of the Second Avenue subway in New York City and will your administration?
Wow, that's really far out, right? You know, the Second Avenue subway is being under construction for, you're a young guy, is longer than you are
Construction
old.
question. Could this be like a ballroom pivot potentially?
Okay.
Let's see.
Huh? That's been under construction. I haven't heard about the Second Avenue subway in 20 years. What the hell kind of a question is that? I guess they got to get it finished. They spent trillions of dollars practically. No, they spent more money
Trillion,
on that
by the way.
than on anything, I think, in the history of our city, in New York City. And it's been under construction for a long time. It's very sad, actually. The only thing maybe worse was Gavin Newscomb.
Newscomb. Do I have the
Governor of
weekly
California,
open?
his train, I call it his train wreck because it's a wreck. That's been years. It's literally.
I thought he
30
would talk
times
about
over.
Powell.
Nobody's ever seen anything like that. And it doesn't go to San Francisco and Los Angeles like it was supposed to. They decided to cut it way short because there was no way they could finish it. But it's one of the worst. I've never seen anything like it. Other than the worst, the Federal Reserve building for almost $4 billion.
Oh,
little
no,
building
somebody
that's
beat me on the click. No.
gonna cost
Who beat
a
me on the click?
renovation
It
for
better
$4
not be
billion
someone in here.
headed
I was
by
supposed to
our
click
highly
600 at
incompetent head
23
of
on
the Federal
ballroom.
Reserve.
Someone clicked me. Faster.
Yeah, please.
Okay, he dodged it. There we go. Good.
Are you hoping
You
to
don't
see
get
the
the
Senate
money on
pursue
ballroom. I'm
reconciliation
happy.
2.0 to fund ICE and pass the State of America?
Well, we'll see about reconciliation. We're certainly talking about reconciliation.
Okay, good.
think.
I would have been
Wait,
mad if I
you
missed
wanna
that.
talk about that for a second? Now that he's working, we can get him to do
Hmm.
it.
Thank you. Lindsey Graham, the chairman, where the reconciliation will funnel through, he is committed to making sure we get reconciliation through. If that is in some form with funding ICE,
Man.
possibly backfilling from the One Big Beautiful Bill, but also more importantly, the Save American Act. There's a framework that we can do through reconciliation, paying for it, put some of the policies that cost money in, because there's nothing more important than the Save American Act. I mean, that's what the American people want. There's
This is
80% of
very
the
long.
population say they want only Americans voting, citizens that are registered to vote, citizens that have done it the right way, and I believe that everybody wants an election integrity. So fortunately, Lindsey Graham has said through reconciliation, he's willing to put the framework out for that.
And I think that was said so beautifully, so concisely, so well, your father, that we should let him have the last word, and that was it. That was the last word. Did he do a good job? Are you impressed with
I think
your
it's
father?
over.
Never been more impressive than anybody in my life.
How about me? Don't answer. Don't
That's a wrap.
Don't answer. No, you like your father better, okay? Come here. Look at this guy.
Or, let's see.
Don't wrestle him. We'll steal him. All right. I want to thank the family because
Wow,
without
someone's
the family,
already
he's not
bonded.
here. You know, he's a different person, and that goes especially for Mom, who looks like she's about 22 years old. I don't know. I see these kids, but she looks very young. But it's a great couple. Congratulations to you both. Thank you.
How is
Thank you.
someone already bonded? Wow. Who is bonding this early?
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
They're saved again.
Woo.
Someone bonded that super early, by the way. But is what it is. Good for them. All right, yeah. I mean, I am very pissed off about this. If I just held all my pre-share stuff, I would be up so much damn money. I don't even feel good about this. This is disgusting. I was so on point, and I don't know why I live traded and just missed a ton. I made like 500. Cool. I literally should have made like 3K. I had 900 shares of oil that I stupidly sold. I don't even think it shows. I had 900 shares of oil that I don't know why. I mean, it wasn't a terrible idea. It wasn't a terrible idea to sell, to be honest. Okay, I'm not going to be such a doomer. Like, it was very weird that it came up in oil and gas, the context it came up. So it was a good sell. I'm just upset. Obviously, I would have made a lot more money. So I'm not going to beat myself up. But yeah, I sold out of that. And then Israel, I had like 600 at 22 cents that I sold out, basically break even. And then gasoline, I had 700 at 23 cents I sold out. That would have been like an extra like at least 2K. Darn. Is what it is, but they were good sells. Oil and gas was kind of crazy, so you know it's better to de-risk and lock and stuff. But we made 500. Again, would have made way more if Deport was annoying because this was like scripted in there, you know. Had it not been scripted in, this guy wasn't gonna say it. They scripted it in as part of like this whole Homan stuff, but we'll take it. All right, I'm not gonna complain. I'm just upset. Yeah, no, you're right, Jay Blades. That's exactly. It was a plus EV play, but I should not be results oriented, you know, in terms of like being mad about it, and that's what I'm being right now. I just, you know, it wasn't a bad call, and it was strange hits, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in as always. This was a lot of fun. We'll be back as always. I am, guys, I'm going to try to, I should be able to stream tomorrow, especially if there's a Trump event. But Thursday, what am I doing Thursday? No, Thursday I can stream. Friday, they're doing that Kalshi research conference that I'm going to. So I probably won't, I won't stream Friday. I'm going to be at the conference all day. But yeah, I should be streaming tomorrow and Thursday, depending on when Trump is. Because if he's during some of my meetings, I might not be able to, but I think I'll be good. Thank you all for tuning in as always.